also going to be letting you people know that I applied for my passport, renewed my passport, the application and everything, and went for my thumbprint, I think March 4th, and then they told me that my passport was going to be sent back to me May 6th, but as we speak, that passport has not been, I've not seen it, it has not come to me. So apparently it takes more than 2 months. So if you're somebody wondering or asking how long does it take for you to get your passport sent back to you, then this is a clear example that even the 2 months that I answered in my previous video, it's not even the case. It might take a lot longer. So whenever I receive it, I'm going to also share that information with you. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Valeen Oseh again, and if this is your first time, please don't make it your last, okay? So consider subscribing and becoming a part of this family, and we can't wait to welcome you in because we're happy people here. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so very much for your support so far. So yeah, my name is Valeen Oseh, and I share my experiences here as an international student in the United States of America. So it's basically my life in the USA. So if you're interested, please consider subscribing and becoming a part of this family. Today's video is just going to be centered around the documents you need to renew your Nigerian passport anywhere in the world. Guys, if you're somebody in the diaspora, if you're somebody in the abroad, whether you are in the US, in Canada, in Europe, any country that you are, provided you're outside of Nigeria, then this video is going to be very helpful to you, because not only would you know the documents you need to renew your passport, I'm also going to be giving you the step-by-step process that you can take to apply for that renewal yourself. Okay, you don't need to pay any agent, because I've shared a couple of videos. I even talked about my personal experience with an agent and how I regretted ever using an agent to renew my international passport, to renew my Nigerian passport. Okay, so guys, before we dive right into the main video, I just wanted you to know that I have a Telegram community for aspiring and current international students, where you can be a part of that community and connect with other students and have a direct access to me as well. So all you have to do is click the link in my description down below and you join the group. Okay, the next thing is for you to subscribe to my mailing list, which is basically another community, but this one is where I get to share my never heard before stories about my life here, as well as share useful resources that do not make it to YouTube. Yes, there are other things that I dish out that don't make it here on YouTube. So if you want to be a benefactor of such goodies, just click the link in my description down below so you can subscribe to my mailing list. Okay, and then the next thing is for you to please engage with us on all of our social media platforms. Follow us on all of our social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, even on our website as well, so you can stay engaged, because sometimes we share other useful information on there that don't make it here to YouTube as well. So everything is very important. Also, don't forget to drop all of your questions in the comments down below and ask any question, make your video suggestions, and I'll definitely do my best to ensure that that video is made and uploaded for you. So guys, remember that I made a video. This is more like in the renewal, my Nigerian passport renewal series that I've been making. I've made like 3 or 4 videos in that series. This should be the 5th one. In the first video, I talked about my experience at the Atlanta Nigerian consulate. Then the second one, I answered so many questions that you can ever imagine about renewal of your Nigerian passport. And then the third one, I talked about my, how I regretted ever using an agent, to renew my passport, and I suggested why you have to do it yourself. And today I'm going to be answering your, giving you all the tea in terms of documentation for all of the age categories, and that information would help you know what to bring, what to take, and what not. And again, I'm also going to be letting you people know that I applied for my passport, renewed my passport, the application and everything, and went for my tongue print, I think March 4th, and then they told me that my passport was going to be sent back to me May 6th, but as we speak, that passport has not been, I've not seen it has not come to me. So apparently it takes more than 2 months. So if you're somebody wondering or asking how long does it take for you to get your passport sent back to you, then this is a clear example that even the 2 months that I answered in my previous video, it's not even the case. It might take a lot longer. So whenever I receive it, I'm going to also share that information with you guys. So let's move on to the documentation, and I'm going to be referring to my notepad here because I have done the research and it will make it a lot easier for me. Okay, so the first thing that you need to have with you in terms of documentation, or the requirements or everything that you are supposed to have for you to make that application, you need to have your expired Nigerian passport. So this is my expired Nigerian passport. Actually, this passport is to expire on June 20th. Okay, no, sorry, it's to expire June 19th because it was issued on the 20th of June. So apparently it's not expired yet, but it will expire in June. So you need to have this with you as one of the documentation. The next thing you need to have is a photocopy of your applicant's data page of the Nigerian passport. So this is the Nigerian passport here. This is the expired or soon to expire one. Then there's the data page is pretty much what that page that my finger is covering, that has like your your picture and everything on there. So pretty much you need to have that data page as well. Then a photocopy of it, by the way. Then the next thing you have to have is 2 current passport sized photographs. Now preferably they'll tell you need to have like a white background, but for me, I remember that I did take that passport at Walgreens. My uncle took me there. He even was the one that paid for it, and for some reason I lost it. I couldn't remember where I kept it, so I had to check through my archives, and I was able to find one old passport that had like a red background. So I wasn't quite sure if I was they would accept a red background, but I then reached out to my agent. Remember I said I used an agent, and I sent him the passport, and then he's like, he's fine. And that's what I took to the Nigerian consulate, and they took it and nothing happened. But again, on their website they said that you have to it's preferably a white background. So if you have it, please have it handy, and you'll be fine. So the next thing you have to have is a passport application form. Now this passport application form is the one that you will have to complete online. So you have to go to their website. Don't worry, I'm going to get to that point where I'll be telling you the summarized step-by-step process on how to fill out the application form, where to go and everything. But when you get to that website, there'll be a form that will be given to you that you have to fill. So you also need that form. All right, it's part of the documentation you need for the whole passport renewal process. So the next thing that you also need is an online payment slip. So when you're applying online, they're going to require you to make a payment. So when you make that payment, they need that payment slip to just show that you actually did make a payment. Okay, so that should also come in handy. And now, how much is this payment slip? So I'm going to break it down for you. I know I already broke it down in the video where I answered all of the questions about renewal of passports and everything, but let me just break it down again. So for ages 0 to 17 years, the payment is $77, but for ages 18 to 59 years, you're going to be paying $106, right, if you apply online. But if you go in person, like you want to go there yourself to pay for it, you are going to be charged $140 if you do not apply or pay for it online. So that's like an additional almost $30 more. So pay for it online. Then for ages 60 and above, it is $77. But the point I'm trying to make is whatever fee you pay, you need that payment slip with you. You need it as part of the documentation for the renewal process. Now, what is the next thing that you need? You need an online acknowledgement slip. Once you have paid, once you have filled your form, once you have submitted, they are going to give you an acknowledgement slip. That thing is also needed, guys. Don't forget that it is different from the form itself. The actual form, you need it. The acknowledgement slip itself is needed. Okay, does that make sense? So the next thing that you're going to need is money order. This one is very important because most people do not know that they require a money order, and now there are different figure for this money order. Some people are going to be paying $30, some people are going to be paying $130. How is this so? Now, if you applied online, your money order that is required of you is $30. But if you are doing same day application, that means you walk into the Nigerian consulate and you want to be attended to same day application at the Nigerian consulate, then your money order is going to be $130. So does that make sense? That's a lot of money. So I would advise you to pay online so that you can save some coins for yourself. But this money order, guys, see, let me tell you something that will make you save more money. Do not go to the Nigerian consulate and say you want to get your money order there. You are going to it is expensive. Like, it is freaking expensive. So my advice would be that you go to Walmart to get your money order, because it is a lot cheaper there. Just do it yourself before going. Do it at home. Go to Walmart and get that sorted before you find yourself at the Nigerian consulate. Now, next thing that you need, this one is the most important one in my opinion. I mean, everything else is important, but this is very important because most people, you don't even know that you need these things. So you need a self-addressed prepaid return shipping envelope from either USPS, UPS, FedEx, or even at the Nigerian embassy. But wait, I know I mentioned the Nigerian embassy or consulate. Don't do it there. Ensure to even go get it at USPS. It is a lot cheaper. What did I say? It is very, 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 very cheap at USPS. If you go to the embassy, they are going to charge you extra money, and you don't want that for yourself at all. So for when you get the prepaid return shipping envelope, there is going to be a part where you will see from and you will see to. Now, the part where it says from is not for you to touch, it's not for you to fill, it's not for you to append anything. But you see that part where it says to, that is where you have to put in your name and then your address. Remember, it is a return envelope, so that means that when you have submitted your application and everything, when your passport is ready, it is prepared and everything, they are going to ship it to that address. That's why it is addressed. A self-addressed return shipping envelope is required of you. So you have to ensure that that envelope has your actual address. Don't forget to add, maybe for me, I almost made the mistake where I was adding my Birmingham address and totally forgot that I'm currently living in Alabama. If you're somebody in that situation where you just recently moved, you have to be careful and mindful of this, because the address you send, you put on there is where they're going to send it to, and that's going to be like a different problem if should you put a different address on there. Now, if you are an applicant below the age of 18, you need to wait, because I'm going to share with you the documentation you need as a minor. So these ones that I mentioned it's just like for everybody, I mean, but if you're specifically a minor or you're someone that is above the age of 18 but you were born outside Nigeria, then you have to hold on, because I'm going to go over there as well. Remember, I talked about you getting your money order at Walmart. Now, if you're getting your money order at Walmart, you're only going to be charged 65 cents. But if you go to so that means since the money order is $130, if you're doing same day, it is going to be $130.65. Then if you go to the consulate to get it yourself, like you go there to do it, instead of getting it at Walmart, you're going to be charged $140. So that's like, oh my god, that's a lot of money, about $10 extra. So you don't want to do that. So these are the documentation you need as a minor who wants to renew his or her passport, right? So the first thing that you need a completed online application form. Like I said, this also applies to those that are above 18. You need a copy of your child's birth certificate. So as a child, you have a birth certificate, you need something to show that you are a minor. Then you also need a letter of consent jointly signed by your parents. So if your father and mother, they have to co-sign a documentation to show that they really are in support of you renewing your passport. Then you also need photocopies of both parents' passport data page. Remember the data page that I showed you on here? You need a photocopy of the one for your mother and the one for your father. So one of the passport data pages must be a Nigerian passport. So let's say your mom is a Nigerian and your dad is an American. Your mother's data page is needed, your father's data page is needed. Both of them cannot be Americans. One person's data page must definitely be a Nigerian data page, so bear that in mind as well. So you need an online payment slip. Remember I said that if you're a minor, you're going to be paying $77. So you need that payment slip to show that you actually made that payment. And you also need an online acknowledgement slip. Remember I mentioned that when you are done with the application, you get an acknowledgement slip. You need that as well. Then you need the child's current 2 passport size photographs, preferably again with white background. So you need 2 passport photographs. Sometimes it's 1, I used 1, but just go with 2. You also need a self-addressed prepaid envelope from USPS, UPS or FedEx. Remember I mentioned that please ensure to use USPS. It's a lot cheaper and a lot easier. And of course you need yourself. Everybody, all the categories, everybody, you need yourself as an additional documentation because you need to do the biometrics yourself. Your mother, your father cannot do it, whether you are a minor or not. When I went there, I saw families. I mean, your parents can accompany you, but you have to do the biometrics yourself, so it makes a lot of sense. Now we're moving on to the requirements for persons above 18 but born outside of Nigeria. So if you are a Nigerian or you were born anywhere outside of Nigeria, this is the documentation you need. So 1, you need a completed online application form. I already explained what that is. You also need an online payment slip. So since you're above 18, that's $106 if you pay online, but if you go there, you're going to pay more, I think about $140. I already mentioned it earlier. You also need an online acknowledgement slip. I mean, all of these categories, it's important. You need to show that you actually submitted your application. You need your birth certificate, very important. You need a photocopy of your parents' passport data page, and one of the parents must be a Nigerian, so have that in your mind as well. And again, you need a self-addressed prepaid envelope from USPS, UPS or FedEx, and even at the Nigerian consulate you can get it there. But like I said, don't ever go anything Nigerian, don't go there because they want money. Even to park your car there, they are going to charge you. Yes, I said it, I think about $30 just to park there. So it's a lot of money, and of course you need yourself because you need to go in person for the biometrics and everything. So these are the documentation you need to basically renew your passport, whether you are in the US, Canada, any country apart from Nigeria. These are the things you need, and I want to believe that these are the things you also need to renew your passport in Nigeria, because when I renewed my passport one time, I pretty much, I can't really remember, but either way I don't think it's going to be too different at all. So I hope this video was helpful to you. I said I was going to talk about the summarized step-by-step process you have to take to renew your passport online, but I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm going to put it in another video or a separate video for you. So if you found this video very helpful, please don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already, join my mailing list, join my Telegram community, connect with me on all of my social media platforms, and drop your comments, ask questions, make video suggestions, and I'll try my best to make those videos for you and have it uploaded. And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, thank you very much. Okay, until we see again in my next video, I remain Valeen Oseh, and I pledge to never give up, and I hope that you do same. Bye guys.